up, you guys? It's Mary. Anyway, guys, a like, share, subscribe,
and comment
down below, y'all. Today we are going to be talking about how Gabe and Garrison, and really how everyone is not safe with Kody.
I know.
Gwendolyn talked about how the boys don't feel safe with Kody.
And we have had, recently, I think a couple of days ago, we did a show because one of our subscribers asked us, what do they mean when
By
they say,
safe.
I don't feel safe with you or something.
Right.
So we're talking about it again.
Yeah, but in a different context. Because I feel like physically they probably don't feel safe with him. And then also I don't think they feel safe with him emotionally and mentally.
So do you think they think he will hit them, or like if he gets upset? Or
I think he would get upset and throw some tantrum.
Or
That
get in their
physically
face or something. Like
I think
invade their physical space. And
Yeah.
go like forehead to forehead or something. Yeah.
That's what I think. Because
Okay,
I mean,
gotcha.
even Peyton talked about it on that interview where he said that Kody, there was this one time where I think a bunk bed had fallen on top of a child.
Yes.
And then Kody goes in the room and throws and breaks apart the bunk bed and throwing it all around the room.
Yeah.
Which he thought it was admirable. It was giving me mentally unstable. Because why would you throw it apart and scare your kids even more? Like, I will be focused on comforting my kids, not acting like the Hulk and ripping up a bunk bed.
Temper tantrum.
That's what I'm
I had
saying.
forgotten about that because
he
you know
said
what
that.
it reminds me of? Mary's temper tantrum that she did on YouTube or on Instagram.
I am having a temper tantrum. Like,
so that means that you have these two parents. They just have temper tantrums, and you guys have kids around you. So how do you expect the children to? I don't know. How do you expect the children to like navigate when they're feeling upset about something? When you're upset about something, you won't do a whole temper tantrum. And it's more than a temper tantrum. You're breaking things and all that.
I mean, but even the way he was sitting around Janelle, because Gwen was reacting to Kody, like, what's the word? Talking to Janelle, whatever, and he's like, oh, God, zero respect, as he's hitting the chair, and then he's swinging a stick around behind her, and he's walking behind her, then he's sitting next to her, and then he's getting in her face, saying, look at you, you don't give a crap anyway. Really said the S word. And was cussing at her. So my thing is that's a physical feeling of like, because physically you want to move back. Physically you don't want to be there. You saw how Janelle walked away.
And when she came back, she moved her chair.
Moved away from him.
Moved her chair away from him.
Yeah.
So
I don't think physically they're safe with Kody.
Yeah. So when he has these temper tantrums, I think all of them become very still.
Yeah.
And even the same thing with Mary when she was yelling at the kids. You saw Janelle and Christine
just kind of like
take a step back. And so that's so true.
Yeah.
It's like so.
Yeah, I don't
so
think
annoying.
Yeah, because I just don't think they feel physically safe with him. Because I just feel like
but he might get in their face or something, yelling,
but my
or maybe
also,
pushing them. Like just some weird stuff.
Gwendolyn also talked about how Kody treats Janelle the same way he treats my mom. So that means that he yells, he has a temper tantrum to the point where she has to get up and walk away and all this stuff. So I feel like
those poor girls.
I mean, they were girls, and he's a misogynist, so I think they got it the worst.
Yeah.
But Janelle had all boys, so she was pushy for a while.
These girls, you're gonna go and get married, and and you will think that this is a normal behavior because your father, this is what he did.
That's why I still have one eye on Mitch.
Yeah, I don't. Mitch, I don't know.
That boat ain't rocking smooth for me.
I don't know about that Mitch guy. Because that Aspen seemed to go
so
from
uneasy.
This confident girl to this like a lumbering person, like
uneasy, kind of stumbling on her words, seemed quite insecure, always trying to put him up and then put herself down. It was odd.
It was weird, and I don't know. Maybe she was just being that way because maybe she had seen her mom being that way with Kody.
Well, that's her
and
childhood
maybe she just
crush.
fell into that.
Well, also seem like Mitch really
but
isn't
maybe
into
it has
her
nothing
like that.
to do with Mitch.
Well, Mitch,
which I hope that's the explanation instead of the explanation that we have, which was this man.
Also, it just kind of seemed like Mitch I don't know. It just kind of seemed like he wasn't ever trying to boost her up or try to give her flowers.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of seemed as
or
if
even comfort her when she was blubbering, you know.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like he was necessarily a safe space. Like, it didn't look like that for me.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course she had the whole Irish thing or whatever and stuff, and it always seemed like he was trying to do things that he wanted, but he didn't really care that about what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just,
and
those childhood crushes.
He never really said. We have to watch Mike Kelty, but Mike Kelty interviewed him. I don't know, you guys who watched it, has he finally given an answer to whether he's going to be polygamist or not? Because he
wanted to be in polygamy, didn't he? And she did not want that.
He never gave an answer.
But he lit up when she
said.
But he lit up when she said, "Well, after maybe 10 years, then we do polygamy." He was like, "Oh," as if he was going to keep that nugget for the next 10 years.
Oh, he's not going to keep it for 10 years. If he wants polygamy, he's going to start breaking her in 3, 4, 5 years.
I know,
so
like
he can
Kody.
get what he wants.
Yeah. I don't know, that Mitch thing, I got my eye on him because she seemed very unstable.
Yeah.
When that boy was around.
Yeah, it was such a difference.
Yeah.
Between Maddie and her.
Yeah.
Maddie was.
If anything, she got more confidence.
Yes.
Aspen just seemed like it was a decline.
Exactly. And there's
something dead in his eyes to me.
Yeah.
I don't like. That's just my feeling. I don't want to be right.
Yeah, I really don't want to be right. It's very sad, and this is what makes you think like, it's just sad because they have seen him yelling at their mom as they are growing up.
They haven't really seen a healthy relationship.
And then they have had to kind of obviously stay silent.
Right.
As he has a temper tantrum. Mm-hmm. And everybody has to be like on their P's and Q's.
Yeah.
And they're not feeling safe because he might turn it to me anytime.
Yeah.
So that's sad.
Yeah, it really is sad.
So that's why the sons physically probably don't feel safe with him. Emotionally, for sure.
Yeah.
Don't feel safe with him. Verbally, I'm sure he'll curse them out.
Yeah.
Try to play the victim. When he says he does that, try to play the victim.
Right.
But yeah, so that's why. That's why the boys don't feel safe.
Yeah.
And she said so. Like, they don't feel safe with him. The boys don't feel safe with him.
Yeah, it's just a shame, really.
Yeah, and that's a change for them probably because, like she said, he was not very nice to the girls.
Yeah.
But he was nice to his sons.
Right.
So that means that the girls have not been feeling safe all this time.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
And the boys, it's only now they don't feel safe.
Yeah. And it's a shame because that's how they've been dealt with this whole entire time.
So we're watching the family and they have this huge thing going on.
Yeah, but we said it. We said that Kody seems to be getting violent with Janelle.
Yeah.
It seemed quite violent.
Yeah. And I thought that I was making, maybe people might think I'm making a big deal out of it.
But no, a lot of women were like...
Yeah, it triggered some of our subscribers too because it was like, I used to be a domestic violence victim. And you can always
That's how it starts with those small feelers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're not responding.
Yeah.
Because one thing that was interesting, while he was doing all of that, Gwen was just silent.
Yeah, she wasn't phased.
When you look at it, yes.
She was not phased.
As this was a regular day at home for us.
She was like, it looked like she was going to Disneyland. Like, she was just very like...
Well, just another Saturday. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When you stop reacting, when people stop reacting to someone being violent or acting in a way that doesn't make you feel safe, and they stop reacting to that, that's sad.
Very sad.
That's a problem,
Yeah.
Because you want them to see that this is abnormal. This is not normal behavior.
Right.
And parents, we're like the first teachers.
Yeah.
By the things that we accept, that's how our children will also accept certain things,
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, y'all, that's our opinion on this whole thing of Kody being violent with his family.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what it is.
Yeah, violence. But yeah, y'all, it's Mary.
And Amma.
We let you guys like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment down below.
Bye.